feel like you guys are expecting me to rap or something. But Tay came up to me a couple weeks ago and he just asked me if I could come up here and speak to you guys a little bit just about Life Group. So I started thinking about what I could possibly share. And as I thought about it, really, it wasn't really a particular moment or event or anything like that that happened in Life Group. It was more just the overall growth and development that I've experienced being part of a Life Group, being committed to a Life Group. And I just wanted to, share some of my thoughts on that today with you guys. So just a little bit of my backstory. I mean, just growing up in a church. I grew up in a very unhealthy church, I think, and I never really encountered God there. I never really experienced God there. And when my family started going through some hard times, my father had a gambling problem, and it really tore our family apart. So during that time, instead of love and support, all I received from the church as a child was judgment, was hypocrisy. So these things really hurt me. They turned me off to church, and it kept me away from church for pretty much my whole adult life, over 20 years. So, that was pretty much my life story. And I lived a very selfish and sinful life. But by the grace of God, he brought me back, brought me to Catalyst. I encountered Jesus. Shout out to Pastor Sam. Do great work, man. But even then, I felt inside me like I was still avoiding community. I didn't want to be part of a community, just because of that past hurt. I didn't really want to get close to anybody. So I had convinced myself that I could grow my relationship with God just by, growing one-on-one with God, just by showing up to church. And I thought that would be enough. I really did. But, I think you guys know you can't really be a Christian all on your own. Jesus told us to love your neighbor as yourself. And there's so many instances in the Bible where they talk about one another with each other. And it really is a team sport. It's a team sport. So, I decided to give Life Group a shot, fully with the intention of just saying that I went to check it out. But what I saw when I went there was I encountered, brotherhood. I saw people being vulnerable. I saw people sharing. And it made me realize, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to, put on a performance. And I really felt a community there, and it just kept me coming back. And, just to relate to the team sport thing, that's really been hitting me lately. I don't know if it's because football season is coming up, but I was kind of think of it like football. Like when you think of the NFL and football, you think of Sundays because that's when the games are played, right? And when you think of church, you think of Sundays. But that's not really where the real growth happens, The real growth happens during the week, when you're practicing, when you're training, when you're studying the playbook, when you're, bonding with your teammates, when you're encouraging each other. That's when real growth happens, right? So to me, that's kind of what Life Group is. That's really where you're going to grow as a Christian. Just a couple other random thoughts I just wanted to share with you guys. Just like I was thinking about, what does life mean? Life actually has a couple different meanings. When you think about life, it can literally just mean like the events of your life, like from your birth to your death, the things that happen to you. But it can also mean vitality and vigor and energy, like a moving spirit, life-giving. And that's the kind of Life Group I want to be part of. I don't want to just go there and talk about my week. I want to experience that spirit. So, if you want to have that type of Life Group experience, I really believe you got to open yourself up. You got to commit. Commitment doesn't just mean showing up. You got to show up. You know what I mean? You got to show up. You got to open yourself up. You got to be vulnerable. You got to share. You got to participate, engage, and I just kind of got like this image of like my own growth, like a seed, right? So think about all the things a seed has to go through to turn into what it was designed to be. And the first thing it's got to do is it's got to crack itself open. You got to crack that shell, right? And then you got to let the insides come out. You got to let it grow, and you got to let it go through the dirt and just push through all that junk, until you have a breakthrough. And then once you have that breakthrough, you can receive the sun. Nope, pun intended, I guess. You can receive the sun, you can receive the light, the water, all those things that'll help you grow and just really develop into who God designed you to be. So I really believe that happens in Life Group, and that's just kind of how I see growth, how I see Life Group, and what's possible at Life Group. So thank you.